Here's another interesting knife. It's a ratchet knife that a client brought in to get sharpened. I decided to do this one on my KO3 just because it's so thin, but has a kind of a big curve there at the end. And I had time for once since I had my KO3 out for some of my own knives. And I thought, hey, why not do the ratchet knife on the KO3? There you can see the metal coming off on the ALFA stones. These are the new ones I showed you guys just the other day. The extra thin ones that are really good for handling curves. Knives with big curves on them. And that was 300. What we got here. And now we're going to go to 1,000. You don't need a whole lot of oil, tiny bit, just a drop. Could even use less than that drop was. Doesn't need a lot. Now, when we're talking motions on the KO3, some people like to do one full stroke like that. You should also be trying to, when you get to the end, you want to be lifting up. You don't want to be dropping off of the tip there. You can also do what's called a scrubbing motion, which is kind of up and back. Sometimes I'll do that if it's a lot longer knife. Rather than trying to get that perfect one stroke all the way, I might do like a halfway and then finish the second way. Either way is fine. They're just motions that work really well. And in the very beginning, when I'm trying to raise a burr, a lot of the times you'll see me do a lot of scrubbing strokes, which will be like up and back all the way across that blade till I get down to the end. So there's some stroke techniques that you can use on your KO3. So there's the scrubbing the whole way. Here's like a halfway, and here's a one. A lot of times I'll finish with the like one stroke as far as I can go. Just like that. Just wanted to share those few different types of strokes that you can use with your TSPROFs. Working on this cool Spanish ratchet knife from J Marti's in Santa Cruz. This company's been around for 51 years. They make some very cool knives. If you've never seen a ratchet knife, it has a little release up top here. The reason they call it a ratchet is because you'll hear it has a little kind of a clicking ratchet as it opens and then locks into place. Very cool knife. They make really nice knives. The company's still in existence, even though the founder, J Marti, retired, but he left the business to his children, and they are still making knives today. So what I'm doing here today, I wanted to just show you, sometimes the thing that you need or want doesn't exist, but if you use your ingenuity, you can a lot of times make it yourself, especially now with 3D printers. You can make it yourself, but here was what I wanted to do. I love using single radial discs to get in and clean out areas. Like on this ratchet knife, I noticed that the inside in here was very dirty and needs polishing, and a single one of these is fantastic for getting inside there, but I didn't have a mandrel for a single one of these, so I made my own. And I just wanted to show you how I did this because it's really simple, and it's just, one of these things that just keep in mind. Sometimes you can just make it yourself. So I took a screw, I went and got a hose washer, or this is a faucet washer out of a variety pack of a tapered one that would fit this. And I can simply, now this will help it center, so I can center that right in there. I needed a couple extra washers just to make up a little bit of space there, because there was a little bit too much space there. And then I just simply screw this into my mandrel. And there we go. We now have a 4-inch radial disc fan with its own mandrel. And all I gotta do is give that a little tighten. And now I can put this into a Dremel. I'm gonna use it today on this Foredom tool. But you can, you could do a lot of things with this too. A lot of times guys will write me about, oh, I can't, they don't have this mandrel or that mandrel, or I can't figure out how to mount these things. I do have the link in my online store list of things that I use to this particular mandrel, but there's so many things you can do with this. So, say you wanted to make your own stack. Maybe you don't have a jewelry buffer, but you want to use a bigger, like 3 or 4 inch mandrels like this. You can totally just make your own. And there you go. So now I can get in here and get that all buffed out and cleaned out inside there with one of the few things that's long enough to actually fit in there. There's a little bit of rust down in there, and I wanted to see if we could get that off. Just give it a quick polish up. And I have found if you're trying to get it inside, it helps to start with it in there. And that already looks 100% better. Just be careful what you might catch it on. Make sure you have a good hold. If there's any rough edges in there, I do see a sharp piece in there that this could get caught on. So there you go. If you can't find the mandrel you need, sometimes you can just make it yourself. It's all polished up. It's nice and sharpened. It's looking beautiful. I just wanted to show you how nice and sharp this thing is. It is wicked sharp thanks to the KO3. And I can call client and tell him he can come pick up his knife now.